Welcome back, everybody. We're here to read cards for October the 16th. I'm going to be pulling one card per sign. And so if you know your sun, your rising, and your moon sign, and also even if you know your other placements, you can pull an awful lot of juice out of a quick little reading like this. So just thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate you spending some of your precious time with me. And thank you to those of you who are ordering private readings, Reiki sessions, and Reiki candles from me. Also, don't forget the contest is still running. So if you want to enter the contest, go ahead and throw a comment underneath this video and any other videos that I put out there this month. Let's get started. Aries, you guys are first. And what we have coming up for you guys is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, just trying to get out of the glare here. Eight of Pentacles in reverse just means that you're not getting much accomplished today. You're not getting any work done. You may not be going into work, but if you do go into work, not much is going to get finished or accomplished. And if you were planning on doing work around the house or doing some type of volunteer work, same thing. Not much is actually going to get accomplished. So you may want to figure out what would be an alternative day to get the work done that you had intended to complete today. Next up, let's look at Taurus. So Taurus, you guys have the Fool card showing up in reverse. This has been kind of a popular card lately. The Fool card in reverse just means that there is something that you started as a leap of faith in the past, and today you're going to be evaluating that and seeing if it has fulfilled its purpose or if it's run its course or not. Ultimately, I think you're going to decide that it has not, and so you're going to keep on going with whatever this is that started out as a leap of faith, Taurus. Next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini, here you have the Six of Wands showing up in reverse. This is telling me that you have completed some kind of project that not only benefited yourself, but also benefited others as well. And what we have here is that you are, I feel like you're not being recognized for the energy and the effort that you put in here. You may have a supervisor that's taking all the credit, or somebody else around you in your sphere of influence that's taking all the credit, or you may have just worked on this project for some incredibly ungrateful people, but there's nobody really acknowledging the energy or the effort that you've put in on this project. And I feel like I'm hearing some of you saying, I'm not surprised. So it's not like this is a giant news flash for you or anything here, Taurus. Next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini, as you guys have the King of Swords showing up in reverse, and I do think it's going to be pretty tempting for you guys to feel a little bit grumpy or moody today. I think what's going on is that where normally you guys try to make decisions that are based on what makes sense and what's logical, today you really have your emotions that are sort of taking over your decision-making processes, and I think that's making you feel a little bit insecure, and that's what's bringing on that moodiness or that grumpiness. So, you know, basically you just want to try to see this from a little bit of a different perspective. As somebody that has a water sign in my sun and my rising, and actually a stellium in water, I can tell you that making decisions from your emotions is not always bad, especially if you're looking at, you know, where your intuition is nudging you. So don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay to be human. You don't have to be like a machine and make everything logical all the time. Okay, and that was for Cancer. That's interesting too, that you would have that situation going on, Cancers. Interesting. Next up, let's look at Leo. So Leos, you guys have the Tower. Oh, there's a glare there. You have the Tower showing up in reverse. And the Tower in reverse, why do I still feel like this camera is crooked? So the Tower in reverse just says that you had a situation that got completely shaken up in a very unexpected way in the past. And what's going on now is that you are creating a new situation to replace that old one. And this situation actually puts you in a better position than what you were to begin with. So we like it. It's a card that talks about thriving and overcoming. It's more than survival. It's doing quite well. Okay, so that's for Leo. Next up we have Virgo. Virgos, you guys have the King of Cups showing up in reverse. This is our second King in reverse of the day. I'm not so sure I'm liking this. King of Cups in reverse, I do feel like this is somebody that you're interacting with today, Virgos. And I think this is somebody who is sharing their feelings about something and they are not very happy about whatever it is that they're sharing their feelings about. It's interesting to me because it doesn't come up as them being unhappy so much about you, at least not for most of you, but this is them just really blowing off steam and venting, and you happen to be the person that they're venting to, or you may even just overhear them venting to somebody else. But I think that whatever this is they're saying does give you a lot to think about. Okay, so that's for Virgo. Next up, let's look at Libra. Libra is what we have here is the Seven of Cups in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse is a card that talks about having had a chance to really look at different options that you had for improving your life or that you have for improving your life and sort of daydreaming and playing with the ideas of those options. And now coming to the point where you're deciding which of those options you really want to focus on and move forward with. And so taking action towards making one of those options about improving your life a reality. Whoop, whoop, we like it. Next up, Scorpio. Scorpios, we have the Seven of Wands showing up here. This could be setting up boundaries between ourselves and somebody else just for our own self-care, basically. And then the other way that this can be coming in for some of us fellow Scorpios would be talking about holding our own in a situation where there's not really anybody else who can do as well as we can. And so really holding our own, holding our position in whatever that situation might be. Okay, so that's Scorpio. Next up, let's do Sagittarius. Get out of the glare. Okay, so Sagittarius, what you guys have shown here is the Lady card. And the Lady would be like the Empress in another tarot deck. And so this is just telling me, Sagittarius, I think that you have, some of you may be pregnant and starting to be really happy about the idea. You may be starting to be really happy because the due date is coming soon. Obviously, that's not going to apply to every Sagittarius. And for those of you that this is not very literal about a baby, I think that you have some kind of idea that you've been working on more or less behind the scenes, not necessarily telling anybody about it. That is, you're starting to see that you're getting closer to a point where you're going to be revealing this idea to the world, whether it's a new business, some kind of new creation in a hobby type way, or whatever. There's just something that you just haven't been telling everybody about that you feel pretty good about, you're also pretty grounded about, and you're about to bring it out to the world for the world to see. Okay? So for some of you, that is literally having a baby. Maybe you're like about 2 months out. For others of you, this is talking about some kind of idea that you may be about 2 months out from sharing with the world, but you've made significant progress on this. Okay? Let's move on. Capricorn. You guys have the Hanged Man showing up here, and the Hanged Man just tells me that you are taking some time out to really think a situation through and come up with the best solution for that situation. You want to look at it from some other perspectives so that you feel like you can really make a good decision about what the best solution would be to this situation. Next up we have Aquarius. So Aquarius, you guys have the Princess of Pentacles showing up here, and this is just telling me that you're hearing some kind of news about either money or material goods that you would rather not hear. Life would be nice if we didn't have to hear this type of news sometimes. Next up we have Pisces. So Pisces, we have the Five of Wands. I'm feeling like there's a lot of competitive energies around you. And at the same time, I feel like you guys are kind of like this little black chicken over here, you know, just not really paying attention so much to the competitive energies, just doing your own thing. And I also feel like this is basically your key to success, not getting drawn into other people's drama and other people's competitions, even if people are trying to draw you into this competition. I think your key to success here is that you're just doing your thing. You're not being distracted from doing your thing. So you're still working on accomplishing your mission, whatever it is that you're focused on. And I feel like I said, I feel like that's your key to success. That puts you way ahead of all of these people who are just, you know, kind of getting into it with each other and debating and fighting with each other. You're still getting things accomplished and moving forward. And that, I think, is what is going to bring you the recognition that you're looking for, whether that's a pay raise, a promotion, being hired to a job, getting a contract, whatever it is, you know, staying out of that fray and just continuing to work on whatever it is you need to work on to get that accomplished is what is the key to you coming out on top with this. Okay? So don't let the other competition, don't let that intimidate you or bully you. Don't be drawn into that type of behavior. Just do what you know you're supposed to do, and you'll be fine. And I think you're automatically doing that. I think you're basically intuitively doing that already, even without that advice. So that's what I've got for everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate all of you in the audience. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I do try to put these out daily, and I try to do some other stuff sort of randomly as well. I appreciate y'all being here, all the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and don't forget we do have the contest running. So if you want to participate in the contest, put your comment down below this video. Everybody have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all back here on the next video. Peace out.